Hey there, Andrew here, welcoming you to another episode of Research and Reviews. In this episode, I'll be sharing with you the review that Amazon banned on the Delavin Frameless shower door. So check it out. I purchased a Delavin Frameless shower door off of Amazon, and after the purchase and the install, I wrote a rather lengthy and detailed review of the product, which Amazon summarily rejected. The reason they rejected my review was because I had violated their standards. Now, their standards prohibit things such as using profanity, which I didn't, or making misleading statements, which, again, I didn't, or perhaps providing a link outside of the Amazon ecosystem, which, again, I didn't. I violated their standards by including photos of the box the product came in and mentioning that the box was badly beat up. Amazon said I was only allowed to review the product and not anything relating to shipping. My position is I'd want to know if I should expect my product to arrive in a box that looks like this. I was actually happy that my shower door arrived a day early, but when I saw the condition of the container, I was afraid that maybe I had purchased a box full of glass shards. Thankfully, I didn't, as indicated in my rejected Amazon review. Despite the beating that the box took, the product inside was just fine, with one minor exception, and I'll share that with you towards the end of this video. In a moment, I'm going to show you the installed product, but before we go there, I need to talk to you a little bit about the instructions that came with the shower door. They were clearly written by someone who doesn't speak English fluently. To make up for the deficit in the text, there were detailed diagrams included. Now, they were tiny, but after taking photos of the diagrams and zooming in on them and combining that with the poor English in the text, I was able to pretty much figure out how the install was supposed to go. All the parts seemed to be of very nice, high quality, but there were a few parts that were, well, just kind of extra. There was no reference to them in the parts list or in the instructions whatsoever. One of the items was a support brace, and the other two, well, I still don't know exactly what they are. Now, if you're not at least a little mechanically inclined, this project will probably be quite the challenge for you. Additionally, if you're planning on doing this project alone, don't. These glass panels are very heavy, and it's just not possible for one person to hold them in place while actually doing the install. So come on with me and let's take a look at the finished product. Now, as you can see, these doors are a really nice quality. They open and they close very smoothly and quietly. No issues. The chrome is a very nice, shiny finish. Very good quality on those. These guys here and here are the ones I mentioned. I have no idea what they are, what their function is, but they look nice. Down below is the little brace. And again, that wasn't referenced anywhere in the diagrams or the parts list or the instructions. Now, one issue I did have was that this crossbar here was a little bit too wide for the space that I installed. And the reason why is because you'll see I have it mounted on an area on both sides where there is tile. And so if I had mounted on the bare wall here, I would have had enough room to do that mounting. It was that close in tolerance. So what I had to end up doing was I had to cut an inch off of the end of this crossbar. And if you have to do that, you want to make sure that you cut it off of the end that jets out from the fixed glass, and take your metal off from that side. Once I got that bar shaved down, then I was able to put the bar in place between the mountings, and everything lined up just fine, and the install went pretty smoothly after that. Now, there were three things I noticed after I got everything together. One is that there is a 40 millimeter gap between the stationary glass and the sliding door, and I guess that's really not an issue. It seemed like it was a little wide to me, but when I look at the mechanics of the mechanism, I don't really see a way that you could narrow that down any. But it was something I noticed. It just seemed like the gap was wider than I was expecting. A second thing of note was that the entryway into the shower is 23 inches. That's a little bit narrow. Now, if I was able to mount directly onto the wall and not be involved with the tile, That would have given me an extra inch, but that's still 24 inches. Not really wide. I would have liked to have seen maybe a 3-foot aperture there. That said, this is plenty adequate for my use, and I have no issues with it. A third issue I found was a blemish on the sliding door. Is very, very minor, almost invisible. Camera can't even pick it up, but I know some people can be picky over those sorts of things, so I did want to point that out. Overall, I would rate this product a 4 out of 5, and that being because of the beat-up box, the poor instructions, and the minor blemish on the door. I'm very satisfied with my purchase, and knowing what I know now, I would buy it again. So that's all for now. I'll see you next time.